Yo, what up everybody, SlyDemon here, and today we're going to be comparing 4 different headsets for music and gaming. Trying to find the best one overall. So first off, we have the BeyerDynamic DT 1990 Pro. I'll throw this in the expensive category. You can buy it used for I think like $400 or brand new for like between $500 and $600, so somewhere around there. Next up, we have the Sennheiser HD560Ss right here. Throw this in the I guess medium category, about $150. Next up, we have the HIFIMAN HE400SEs. I'll throw these in the medium category again, probably about $150 or so. And then finally, we have the Logitech headset here. I'll throw this in the cheap category at about $50, maybe less, if it's on sale. So yeah. First, we're going to listen to music. I got some songs picked out here. So the songs we'll be listening to will be, first off, it'll be the Transformers, I guess, score, Rival to Earth. Next up will be Yowolf, You and Me. After that will be Valhalla Calling. And then lastly, we'll do the Night Call song from the Drive soundtrack. And then after that, we'll get into some Apex just to test it out, right? All right, so I'll start listening to some music, and then we'll go song by song, overall rating of each headset. So yeah, stick with me. All right, but before we start getting into the music, let's just talk about each headset, how they fit. So this one is a tight, but it's more tight around the jawline, so it's not like crushing your head, making your head hurt. So this is the DT 1990 Pro, so more tight around your jawline here. Super comfortable, plenty of room inside the earmuff for my ears, so great. All right, so next up we have the HD560S right here. All right, so when I put this on, pretty much I'm getting crushed right here through the back. It's got room for my ears, not as comfortable as the DT 1990 Pro. But yeah, cord length is good on both the 1990 and the HD560S. 1990 is a lot longer, so I'm able to wrap it around my desk and have it on my left side. I'm thinking this one will need an extender if I want to put it on the other side of my computer, on my mixer at least. All right, next up we have the HIFIMAN HE400SEs. Cord is short again, so you'll have to get an extender if you want it on the other side. Something about this headset too is it's got 2 plugs, so it runs down into the V here. Plenty of room for my ears, open back just like all the others here except for the Logitech. But yeah, so comfortable. A little bit of crushing just like underneath my ear here. But as you see, these got a big profile along your head too as well. Other than that, comfortable. Room for my ears, yeah. Comfortable wise, DT 1990 wins by far. And then I'd say the HIFIMAN next. Comfortable. All right, the Logitech has the shortest cord of them all, so you will need an extender. I'd say pretty much wherever you plug this thing in at. When I first got it, it was like crushed my head up here. It's broken in now, so, but just watch out. Like your head will hurt from this after like 20-30 minutes. Fits my ears, comfortable. Honestly, I'd say an order of comfort. Here's the order. BeyerDynamic 1990 Pros, most comfortable. Then the HIFIMAN, then the Sennheiser, and then the Logitech. Out of the box, the BeyerDynamic has the longest cord. Did not need an adapter or anything to plug it in and reach around the desk. These other 3 headsets, I will need extension cords, audio extension cables to run for my left side, just because all the cords are coming off the left. I don't want to reach across my body. Like, as you see here, it's like reaching across, so no. I want to be in comfort and have it go around the desk and not worry me, right? So, one thing to watch out for. BeyerDynamic 1990 Pros beat these hands down for comfort, out of the box, cable length, all that. Alright, we just listened to the first song here with all the headsets. Steve Jablowski, Arrival to Earth, the Transformers score. The headset that clearly won, DT 1990 Pros, good bass, good soundstage, a little bit further back. You could hear pretty much everything, and it sounded phenomenal. Next up was the HIFIMAN. I picked this one second because the bass was just more prevalent than the HD 560S, and it just sounded crisp and clear. Next up, you got the HD 560S. Sounded clear, less bass. And then lastly, the parts that were, there was some singing, like just orchestra singing, you know. The Logitech sounded the worst on that. These others sounded great with the vocals. So that's why I picked the Logitech last. There is more bass in the Logitech, I'd say, for this song than the HD 60s or 560s. But everything's just jumbled together. It's like all one sound coming in your ear. It's not like differentiated as such as these. So there you have it. So first place, 1990s, HIFIMAN, then the Sennheiser, and then the Logitech. All right, so we just finished song number 2, Yellow Wolf, You and Me. Pretty much one super clear winner by far was the DT 1990 Pro. Sounded great, bass, vocals, everything sounded amazing on these puppies. Next up, it was a close race between the Sennheiser and the HIFIMAN. I picked the Sennheiser because the vocals were just a little bit more crisp, just a tiny bit more crisp. However, there was more bass on the HIFIMAN, but the vocals being just a tad bit more crisp, I went with the Sennheiser here. So Sennheiser number 2, HIFIMAN number 3, and Logitech number 4. The only reason Logitech got number 4 is just the vocals were not as crisp as these guys. Put out the same amount of bass as the Sennheiser are over here. So yeah, boom, here's the order that they were in. So we flopped from the score from these two, and these two stayed the same. Still overall the best, DT 1990. Alright, the next song we listened to was Valhalla Calling by The Sound of Music, the trio with the bass dude. Alright, so the rock song changed it up here. Honestly, this one sounded good, crisp. Bass was good. It was a lot more tonal, I guess, better tones than these other 3. But the rock song made everything sound jumbled, just everything coming at you at once. So this one did win. However, the Logitech, super close to taking the top spot here. Logitech just sounded good with the rock. It wasn't all jumbled. It was like jumbled, but less tone, so sounded good. These other ones pretty much all sounded the same here. Logitech takes the win, just more bass, better bass, and not as much jumbled with the rock. Just all that music blaring at you. Did a better job of taking care of the music than maybe even the top 3 here. So yeah. Next up, picked these guys just because sound was just flatter than these guys. But it wasn't all shooting at you. Like this one just shot everything at you. Like these actually held the music back more, as you want to say, so you could hear the vocals a lot better, but less music. That's what's happening with these two. These did sound better than the HIFIMANs. No, actually, if they all sounded the same music-wise, to probably throw these back here just because everything's shot at you. But with the vocals, they go up here because these had the best vocals of anybody. But it also had the loudest, most in-at-you music. While these other ones, the music wasn't like all at you at once. Like I was singing and the music was like in the background. So there you have it for the rock song. One more test I wanted to do is how much sound comes out of the open back headphones or just the headphones in general when they're playing music with other people around you. The ones that were the loudest were these guys, the Sennheisers. You could hear the song pretty well coming out of the open back. Next up was a HIFIMAN. I'd say these two were almost the same. HIFIMAN, just a little bit more sound coming out of the open back. And then Logitech, the least amount of sound coming out of the open back because they're closed. But yeah, something to keep in mind if you want other people to hear what you're listening to. All right, we have just finished our next song, Night Call by Kavinsky. Best sounding, best vocals, best music was the DT 1990 Pro. Excellent sound quality, excellent vocals, excellent music, excellent bass. Good. Next up again, the Logitech comes in second. Good bass. Music was good. Singing was just like all the others, but the bass won it for me with the Logitech. Next up, here between these last two, the Sennheiser. Good vocals. Music was a little bit duller than these two. And the HIFIMANs on the song, the music was the dullest. And the vocals sounded the same as the Sennheiser, but the music was the dullest in the HIFIMAN. So, yeah. By far the best. Next best. Third place. And then I was pretty disappointed with this song with these, just how dull the music was. So I just did a, I guess, more countryish song, Toby Keith, courtesy of the Red, White, and Blue. Real quick, these ones actually were the best sounding for the countryish more song and the HIFIMANs. Good everything. Real crisp, clear, good. Next up was the DT 1990 Pros right there. Just not as good as these with the country song. These would be third best. Just okay sounding, you know, nothing special. Country Logitech was by far the worst. The music was just dull. The voice was off. Yeah, so I would not recommend these for country. Let's try one more country song. All right, we just tried our other country song, When the Sun Goes Down by Kenny Chesney. I'm going to give it to the 1990 Pros on this one. Pretty much, I'd say the top three all sounded the same quality-wise. Nothing spectacular like the other genres. The soundstage on these was further away than these. So this is further back. The soundstage here is right in front of you, right on you, which was the only difference between the top three. These two both had sound stages far away, right on top of you. Music-wise, that song, all three are the same, you know, nothing different. Once again, country, garbage. Don't listen to country with these Logitechs. All right, we are back. We just tested Apex Legends Footsteps, and there was one clear winner. Had the best footstep sound by far. That was a Sennheiser 560S. Pretty much I was able to tell what side easy. Up I can tell. Down a little bit, but up you can tell With all these other headsets, I could not tell up. I heard what side it was coming from. I could not tell if it was up or down. So these ones clearly won. Next up were these guys. Like, you can hear it pretty well, like good, the footsteps. You just can't really pinpoint nearly as well as these guys. The Logitechs, I was not really that impressed with. Like, you heard the sound left or right, but that was about it. You had no direction whatsoever. And then these guys were the worst. It was like, you heard the sound and no idea where they're coming from. Up, down, left, right, no idea. Zero. Well, okay, left, right, yeah, but up, down, not even near it. So by far the worst were the HIFIMANs for Apex. All right, so let me do my overall choice for music. Will be the DT 1990 Pros. If you can afford them, get them. They're great with music. Video games, good with as well. But great music. Next up, for music, honestly, either of these two will be a solid choice. Pretty much user preference. I think these have a little bit more bass. But yeah, these will be the next tier. And then last tier for music would be these guys. Unless you're like listening to rock music or something, these probably sound the best with rock, but not as good as these guys in any other genre. And do not listen to these guys with country. They're bad. Alright, so video games. Footsteps. Bam. These puppies win hands down. Sennheiser. So I actually might use these over the BeyerDynamics sometimes, depending on the game, for footsteps and audio quality, on how the game's set up. Like, I hear COD. These guys are great for COD, and so are these. Apex, I think these are better. So yeah, it's all in the user preference, right? But hopefully this helps you guys out. These will be the main two that we use. Oh, I do want to do a voice test. Let me go ahead and do that voice test. Let's set it up right now to see how we sound in each headset. Alright, we just got done testing our own voice here in each headset through the mixer. Honestly, I like two of them the best. It would be the BeyerDynamic and the Sennheiser. If you're doing singing, probably the BeyerDynamic. Podcasting, I'll go with one of these two headsets for podcasting, just because it sounded better. This one was like more echoey here, the HIFIMAN, more echoey. And these just really didn't sound that great compared to these puppies here. So I think most real voice would go with this one. But most tone and in-depth, like you could hear more other things in your voice with these guys. So I think these two will be my main podcast headsets here. Of course, I'll go with these myself, and then the guest will be using these. So that's what I think. So overall, it's a tough choice, right? And these, music, hands down. Video games probably second best. Video games probably first best. And then music between second and third best. These video games probably third best. Yeah, third, fourth best. Music probably second, third best, you know. And these just overall, the cheapest headset here. Last place on like everything, pretty much. So there you have it. I hope this will help out. I got the links in the description below of a bunch of different headsets. Check them out. Hopefully this helped you in determining what headset you do want next. All right. Thanks everybody for watching. Have a good day.